I've always been a very artistic kid. I always drew and everything when I was a kid, and so I always knew I wanted to get a tattoo. My grandpa had a really sweet old Navy tattoo on his arm that I thought was awesome. And so when I was 19, I got my first tattoo, and the whole time while I was getting it, I thought I could do this. So I started bugging the owner of the studio, and he let me apprentice about 4 years later. So I've been doing it ever since then.
I've always been into tattoos. When I was a kid, I used to really think that all the heavy metal bands had cool tattoos, or even the ones that had bad tattoos. How Motley Crue had sleeves, or like Nikki Sixx.
And when I was apprenticing, I worked at Hastings and was also going to college at the time, where I met Ryan.
We all went to UCA in Conway, and when we were going to college, Brooke and I first met, and she had just started an apprenticeship.
And he thought it was super cool that I was learning to tattoo, so he came up to the studio and watched me learn and stuff, and then he became a piercer at first, and after a little bit of time, he apprenticed to tattoo.
I would go hang out in the tattoo studio that she was apprenticing in and watch her tattoo on grapefruit, and thought that was pretty cool. Ended up getting to apprentice a little ways behind her.
The first major tattoo I ever got was by my hero, Tony Ciavaro. He did my first half sleeve tattoo, and that's when I really knew this is it. I want to be like this guy, and I want to do tattoos like him. So he really, really inspired me. His use of color and bold lines and stuff really stood out to me.
I got lucky enough to get an appointment with Bob Tyrell, who does, and definitely at the time, I didn't think that anybody did portraits as well as him. That same weekend I met Robert Hernandez and Tony Ciavaro, who ended up becoming our biggest inspiration. We started tattooing about 2001, and about 2005 I decided that we really needed to start getting out of our bubble. Started traveling around the country and doing tattoo conventions. We started winning awards around, I guess, 2007 or 2008.
I like to do all kinds of styles. I really like to do bright colored things, happy feminine tattoos, but also like to do things with a lot of black and gray. And I guess the style that I like the most would be considered neo-traditional. I do a lot of watercolor tattoos as well. I really like all kinds of styles. We've got a awesome crew that we can do any style between the four of us. With Sherry does a lot of the new school kind of thing, but she's branching out and doing all kinds of different styles now. Howard really likes doing Asian stuff, and Ryan likes doing the darker kind of things, and lots of portraits is what he really likes to do.
My favorite style to work in is kind of like an odd, surrealistic style. I like doing kind of weird, mysterious looking imagery. I like doing anything organic, like portraits of people, trees, scenery, smoke, skulls, flowers, all that kind of stuff. It never gets old. Or just as long as a person is kind of flexible in their ideas, then that usually comes out the best. If they're not too married to one idea or one style, then they can always make it look pretty cool.
The studio name comes from our sweet little Shih Tzu that passed away right when we were opening. Her name was Bella, and so we thought it would be fitting to name the studio after her. And so that's where we got the name Lucky Bella. Our website is luckybella.com, and that's a really good way to get a hold of us. You can email any of the artists through there. You can also book an appointment through there too, with a little link that will say book an appointment here, and takes you to our online calendar, which you can select any date that you like. You can also Facebook us, and we're also on Instagram. We're open Tuesday through Saturday from 2 until 10. You don't have to have an appointment, but they are always recommended because we stay pretty busy. And we're at 9805 Maumelle Boulevard. We are right by Boudreaux's restaurant, which is a really awesome restaurant.